Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally back with another video, and for today's video we are going to be closing out my September monthly budget. As you guys know, I do monthly budgets where I show you guys how I set up this whole spread. I have budgeted amounts for all of my variable expenses, as well as I do have my fixed expenses set up on the right side with fixed amounts or set amounts that I have to pay for them per month. Now for today's video, I'm going to, I think I have to weekly check in. Yes, I'm going to weekly check in for the last week in September, which is from the 23rd until the 30th for me. Then later, once I'm done with that, I'll bring in my results. I would put in my actuals for my cash envelopes. So you guys know I have groceries, eating out, gas, allowance, and beauty. And then I will go ahead and show you guys what it is that I've spent for my variable income. I definitely have to update this before I do my weekly check-in, and then we'll go ahead and close my sinking funds as well. So that's not the order that it's all going to happen. I'm sorry that it was all over the place, but I definitely want to close this out because all of my October monthly budget videos should be up by now, so go ahead and check those out if you guys have not. So this definitely needs to get closed now. Now, before I get any comments about my nail, I do have a nail missing, and this one's on the verge of breaking, so I am going to clip them off as soon as I'm done with this video, so you guys don't have to see these anymore. I don't think I'm going to get my nails done in the month of October at all, just because I want to give my nails a rest, and I think it'd be a perfect way to also save a little bit of money in October because I have quite a few things that I have to pay. So let's go ahead and finish up here. I have my budget expense stickers here all labeled for the ones that I need, as well as I will take my payday and no spend stickers. I might need more no spend stickers. Let me see. Okay, so I do have more no spend stickers here. And let's go ahead and now get started. So let's see. I can start with my payday stickers. So I get paid on Tuesdays from Etsy, so let me just put that up here. Actually just one, because that Tuesday is it's in October, so we don't have to worry about that. I didn't end up pumping any gas in the month of September, so I will have some money left over. I have my little micro happy planner here where it is that I keep all of my trackers for my cash envelopes, and I have my cash envelopes here with the leftover money. Some of these are empty already. So groceries was empty from last week, so we can move on with eating out. So eating out, I had some Chick-fil-A. This was after my little brother's appointment. I had promised him that I was going to buy him Chick-fil-A. Well, actually, he had a $10 gift card from his birthday. So we just went ahead and used that. And then I paid the difference, which was $8. Then on the 26th, I reloaded my Starbucks card. Me and Paul went on a Starbucks run for $10. And then we ended up going to Starbucks once more. Well, yeah, we ended up going to Starbucks once more on the 29th after I ended up going to urgent care, guys. I had been so sick for so long, and if you guys have not been watching my plan with me, so you guys don't know, but I ended up going to urgent care. Everything was fine. I just went ahead and got some medicine. I had reloaded my card because I believe I only had like $5 left, and I wanted to treat Paul to a Starbucks drink too, so I just went ahead and reloaded $10. So I should have enough for another drink after that. And that's it for my eating out. Gas is still 40. Allowance. On the 25th, I actually purchased a book from Amazon. It's a pretty interesting book, and that was $12. And I went ahead and just took that out of my allowance. And then aside from that, that is pretty much all that I have for spending, which is crazy. Oh, well, actually I have one more, which is my electricity bill, which I do classify as other. Little stickers. So now we can put our no spend stickers. So I have one on 23rd. Actually, I think I would have been good with the sheet, but it's 27th. And the 28th. Okay, so that is it for no spend. days. And now we can move on to my weekly check-ins. So for my weekly check-ins, we're going to check in for the 4th week, as well as do my little results section, so I know exactly how much it is that I spent this month. So food, gas, shopping, and I'm budgeted. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and look from the 23rd through the 30th. For food, I do classify that with pink stickers. As you guys can see, this is my little key here. As well as I do like to combine both my grocery and eating out cash envelope. As you guys can see, I don't have any money left over, and I haven't had any money from last week for groceries. So all of the expenses that I have in pink stickers are from my eating out cash envelope. So we have 8 plus 10, and then another 10 right here. So that was $28. So spend is 28, and then I don't have anything remaining, as you guys can see, because we're subtracting the remaining from last week with the spent from this week. So that's 0, which is what we have. I can go ahead and also show you guys my cash envelope tracker. So as you guys can see, I haven't had any money in groceries since the 22nd, and then eating out, my expenses right there. So that is for food. Next we have gas, which I mark with purple stickers, and as you guys can see, I don't have any in here. Let me just check the ones that I've already tracked. But spoiler alert, I've already pumped gas in the new month, so you guys will see this later. So for September, I didn't spend anything for gas. So I'm going to put 0, so that means that I should still have $40 in my gas cash envelope for the month of September, which I do have it here. Now the cash that I have in my cash envelopes, I am going to end up rolling over to the new month, so you guys will see me adding $40 for gas for the next month. Now if I still have leftover money by the end of October for gas or any other of my cash envelopes, I will end up just putting that either aside to put towards my debt snowball, or maybe to put into one of my sinking funds, which I've done in the past, and I will show you guys how I go ahead and do that by the time that we get there. So that is for gas. And then last but not least, for shopping. Shopping is everything that I have in teal stickers, which would include my allowance and beauty cash envelopes. So $12 for allowance. So I do have quite a bit in my beauty cash envelope. So let's do 84 minus 12, that's 72. So I am going to have a little bit in both my allowance and beauty cash envelopes, but once again I'm going to roll that over, just because especially for beauty I do have to end up buying a bunch of my eye products that I had, just because when I went to urgent care I did end up having some sort of eye infection, and the doctor did tell me to dispose of all of my eye makeup, so I do have to repurchase all of that, and it's not going to be that much, but I definitely would need some of this money. So those are the amounts that I have left over. And now last but not least, for unbudgeted, we didn't have any unbudgeted expenses for this week. As you guys can see, there's no red stickers, but I've already been over budget by something that we had in the very first week. So if you guys have been watching my videos since then you guys know exactly what that's for. So I've been over $39. There you go. So $39, and now I can go ahead and move on to all of this. So I'm going to basically put all the money spent for food, which as you guys can see I have 0, so that is going to be the amount that I budgeted for the beginning of the month for both groceries and eating out. So I did spend in total $250 for food. And I don't have anything here. So the remainings are all going to be the same. It's so hard to write with the coil here. Now for gas, I believe I budgeted, yeah, $80 in the beginning, and I only spent $40. For allowance and beauty, I budgeted $250. So I had $72 left over. So in total I spent $191. Now this is going to be a little bit different when I bring it to my monthly budget. Actuals, just because I did roll over in the beginning of the month some money from my August envelopes. As you guys can see, I rolled over $8 for allowance and I rolled over $5 for beauty. So that's going to change just a little bit in my actual monthly budget. And then unbudgeted, I spent $39, which ended up being unbudgeted because I don't budget any amount for unbudgeted expenses. So now that we're done with our weekly check-ins, we're going to go ahead and go to my sinking funds, which I have on the very first page of the month. I'm going to now close these off. So this is my transaction log for my sinking funds. So I can go ahead and go one by one and see which ones I've spent money for and give myself the ending for the month of September. So let's see. For adventures, I didn't use anything. Yeah, no. So we have 61 plus 39. We're ending. So we're ending with $100. Then for Amazon Prime, no negatives there. So we're ending with 40. For car insurance, I did spend $300. So we're ending with 50. For cart maintenance, 25 plus 35 is 60, but I did end up using it on the 24th for a car wash, so that was negative 12. It's actually really funny because I've been wanting to get a car wash because my car has been pretty dirty. I just have not had the time, and when I ended up getting it, it started sprinkling like 2 days after, which I was not even aware that that was going to happen, but now I have to wash my car again. So that is the ending for car maintenance. Now for car payment, I paid $257. So that means that I still have $257 in here. Christmas, 200 plus 50. And I didn't use anything for Christmas this month. So that means that we still have $250. Date night, 70 plus 130, 200. I used it here, so 79 minus 90. So we have left over $31. So that means that we spent $169, which is a little bit excessive, but it was me and my boyfriend's 2-year dating anniversary, so I did want to go ahead and buy a gift, help out with dinner, and just things like that. So that was that. Entertainment, I did use it twice, so we have 25 here and then 24, so that is $49. So 100 plus 25 minus 49, 76. And then last but not least, we have medical, which I did use twice, so 28 plus 15. That is $43. And I'm going to subtract that from 90. So left over we have $47 in medical. Now let me go ahead and add up my subtractions and my ending. So 3, 12, 169, 49, 43. So in total I spent $830. And then we're ending with 100, 40, 50, 48, 257, 250, 31, 76 and 47, so that is 899 that we're ending with in all of our cash, in all of our sinking funds, sorry. And that should be the number that matches up with my beginning number that I had in my sinking funds for the month of October. So everything matches up, everything's perfect, and now this is closed and done with. Now, before we go on to checking up my actuals for my monthly budget, I want to go ahead and just come here to my variable income. Okay, so I am going to add one more source of income this month, which I went ahead and add last month as well. And I'm going to put my mom. The reason I'm going to put my mom is because in the beginning of the year, or actually towards like March or April, when my mom got her tax refund, she did end up giving me some money to help me pay things for graduation, as well as just some of my upcoming classes. So I am going to put her here. I believe this is going to be the last month. Yeah, I think the amount of money that she gave me back then is going to end by this month. So I just want to go ahead and put her here because she is essentially going to be paying for my tuition for this month, which, yeah, I've been having this money since then, and I thought I would just allocate it month per month instead of having negatives in my budget. So that is what is going to go there for this month. That is pretty much all the other sources of income that I'll be having. I will end up putting Etsy in here too, because the amount that I get paid from my business is a set amount that I have to pay things like my cash envelopes, bills, and stuff like that. So things like extra debt payments right here is things that I get extra from my business. So I think I might just end up putting that there. So let's put Etsy. From the last time that we saw each other, I only made one expense on the 27th. It was for $16.62 from Very Cute Designs. I believe there was a sale going on. I forgot which sale there was. Was it an Ultimate Planner sale? I want to say it was, but she was having 15% off, and I wanted to restock on a couple of stickers that I'm almost out of. So that was what I purchased, and that's pretty much all the things that I purchased for this month, which I'm really happy and really proud of myself, because in the past I've spent way too many things for my YouTube and just to show you guys in videos, which I definitely wanted to bring down a little bit, just because this month was the month that I was solely going to have online income coming in and not having my part-time anymore. So super happy that that was pretty much everything that I spent for this month as of business expenses. So now that we're done with that, we can finally go on to closing our actual monthly budget spread. Let's see, for groceries, I had an actual of $150. So that means that there was no variance. As well with eating out, no variance. For gas allowance and beauty, I do have money. So I have $40 for gas. For allowance, I have $30 for allowance. And I have $20, $30, $42 for beauty. Now, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, I am going to roll that money over to my cash envelopes for October. So how that's going to look in my September monthly budget is I'm going to put the exact amount that I budgeted. So then that way that makes it seem like I used up that money and I don't go negatives, because in reality I did use up that money and I'm putting it towards my October monthly budget. So that's sort of how it's going to work, how it's been working for me, and how I put that in my budget when I do roll over my money. So all of my cash envelopes are going to be the same amount as my budgeted. Okay, now for electricity, I budgeted $160, and we saw from my monthly view that ended up being $150. So I was under $10. For my phone bill, I budgeted $115, but that ended up being a little bit higher than that. It was $116.32, so we were over by $1.32. So let me put that in red. And that's how I marked that it was over. Next, for gifts, And gifts, I did track a couple of them, and those are the expenses that I have as others, which I don't weekly check in for, but I do have in my monthly budget. So as you guys can see, we had electricity here, so I can check this off now. And then for gifts, I have 2. So we spent 100 in the beginning of the month, I believe, for my brother's birthday, and then 25 for Natalie's birthday. So that was 125. I believe I had another birthday this month, but we didn't end up doing anything. So I might be over on gifts for next month. I'm going to say yeah. Yeah, so we were 25 under. And then for my extra debt payment, which if you guys would have seen my debt snowball video that went up a couple of days ago, I was able to make that extra debt payment of $489.05. So that's going to be the same exact amount. Like no variance there. And then for unbudgeted, as you guys know, we were $39 over. So the actual, it's going to be $39. And we're over those $39. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add our actuals. So we have 150, 100, 80, 100, 150, 150, 116, 32, 125, 409, 05, and 39. So in total, I spent 1,499 with 37 cents. So I'm first going to add my unders. So 10, 25 minus 132 minus 39. So we were still over by $5.32, which honestly it's not bad at all, especially by the fact that those $39 were for a book that I'm going to need for school. Now, if this was for something like I went ahead and went on a shopping spree, or I spent money on things that I don't necessarily need, then I might be a little upset about that. But honestly, $5 is not bad at all. And I'm happy that I have this budget to let me know that I did have that unbudgeted expense, and that maybe in the future I should maybe have a budget for school supplies, which I don't think I'm going to have one. Honestly, most of the time I just get it from either my allowance money or I just make it an unbudgeted expense, and that really doesn't bother me because it just really reflects what's going on in my life right now and the things that I'm spending my money on. The last thing that I can do in this video for you guys is put my actuals for my variable expenses. So this, like we said, was 1,499 with 37, and my fixed expenses didn't change at all. So once this video is done, of course, I will go in and put in my expected and actuals for my income section, as well as my variances for that, just to have an estimate as to how much money I was expecting and how much money it is that I actually earned. I think it's really nice to have that up there to know the difference between those two. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already, and hopefully I will get to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.